October 2019, the multinational tech giant Apple releases their third generation of wireless earbuds, the AirPods Pro, to the American public. It's hard to imagine anyone who hasn't heard of Apple. Chances are you're watching this video on a MacBook or your iPhone. Maybe you're listening through your own set of AirPods. Year after year, Apple and their brand have retained their role as the Goliath of the consumer electronics and software industry. With such powerful brand recognition worldwide, one would expect a company at the top of their industry to produce and distribute nothing but the best quality products to their customers. We wouldn't be here today if that were the case. No less than 1 month following the initial release of the AirPods Pro, Carlos Godoa walks into the Lock & Terror Apple store in San Antonio, Texas, and purchases a brand new pair for his son, BG. BG had just celebrated his 12th birthday 2 days prior. The AirPods, a gift from his parents. Unbeknownst to them, this gift would change the boy's life forever. All Apple products include the same printed insignia, designed by Apple in California, assembled in China. Apple ventures with Luxshare Precision, a Chinese corporation tasked with manufacturing Apple products. What we found is that for the past 3 years, Apple and Luxshare Precision have been distributing defective products to their consumers, including the Godoa family. BG would soon become the next victim of the AirPods' horrific design flaw. On May 17, 2020, BG was watching Netflix on his iPhone, connected to the AirPods at a low volume. An Amber Alert pings BG's phone. The AirPods volume skyrockets to a level so loud that it tears open a hole in BG's eardrum, damages his cochlea, and causes significant damage to his hearing. This is the defect in Apple's design. A key issue is that the decibel level that came out of the phone for the Amber Alert went through the AirPods at an unadjusted volume. BG wasn't the first to experience this. This defect has been noted thousands of times by users to Apple's support pages. Still, to this day, Apple and Luxshare Precision continue to design and distribute the same defective product to an unknowing public. This is where we come in.
So the Godoa versus Apple case is a products liability matter that we have. In a products liability case, it really just boils down to what is the defect that we are trying to pursue that we are claiming has caused damage to our client. The issue is that when Carlos's son was watching Netflix, and when he was watching Netflix, he was using his AirPods. An Amber Alert came through, unadjusted for the headphones, and it lacerated his eardrum. Why did that happen is going to be the crux of this entire case. It can be one of two things. One, it's a software issue. How is everything coded? How is everything programmed? That gets into their iOS issues, into source code, things of that nature. It can also be a hardware issue. What component parts are making up the Apple AirPod, and is the defect coming in because the parts aren't talking to each other? A case like this is going to be extremely expert intensive, expert heavy. We need folks who are going to be able to provide expert opinions on the software, on the coding, on the programming. As we started the investigation on this case, we came across message boards upon message boards and just so many different users on Apple's own forums providing issues and problems they were having with the AirPods, that whenever an Amber Alert was coming in or notification was coming in, it was so loud, it was hurting their ears, they were having problems hearing. So the other side of a lawsuit is that we have to say, okay, well, this has happened. Apple did this. What has happened to Carlos's son because of that? And so that's the damages portion of the lawsuit. Damages here they're a big deal, because now if you're deaf in 1 year during your formative years, what sort of effect does that have on you for the rest of your life? What are things that he is going to need for the rest of his life that he would not have needed Were he to have full hearing in both of his ears? Those sort of things we're going to have to take a look at. Our client now has 90% plus hearing loss in one of his ears, and that will never come back. That has been decided for him for the rest of his life, and he had no choice in that. We are definitely not happy, especially with a company like Apple on the other side. They need to be held accountable for that, and that is what we are trying to do, and make sure that when we're looking at damages, that we're trying to recover some modicum of damage for our client. He's never going to be made whole, but at least we can try and pursue, and fight Apple to bring them to the table to make his life a little bit better than what they have room for.